Know your rights as clients. Hi there, I am Mr. Veezy of Visas Made Easy. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what's been troubling me lately. I am getting WhatsApp messages from prospective clients who come to me seeking a consultation after they've already worked with a previous attorney who submitted an asylum application or an application for withholding of removal. I share with these clients that their options might be limited because they're in limbo right now while they're waiting for the results of that asylum application. And when I asked them, why are you reaching out to me in particular? What was wrong with their previous counsel? They generally express that they're dissatisfied with the quality of service or the accessibility of that attorney. And when I asked them to provide me with more details about their asylum application, sometimes they even show me a copy, and I see the bare minimum of effort applied in presenting those asylum applications. I know there are all different kinds of circumstances. I know that there are strategies implemented to try to ensure that this application is submitted in a timely manner before it's too late. But the lack of follow-up from legal counsel or attorney with the client in telling them what's the next move or how are we going to strengthen this the case's evidence is really alarming. It's very troubling because I would not hold myself to be in a position to accept a case like that if I honestly didn't have the time and will to dedicate to an application as sensitive as asylum or withholding of removal. These applicants need to know that I only feel strongly about submitting a good case with good evidence, and I would do everything in my power to help them assemble that evidence beforehand, or at least while we're waiting after the application is submitted. But when they tell me that I can't reach my attorney, the assistants there won't put me through their phone, they never call me back, I see that as a huge problem because here they are paying these very big legal fees to get assistance with changing their life, and these professionals are just not accessible at all. And I always remind these clients to look, I presume you signed some kind of agreement with this attorney. Review it to see what your rights are, because if you need to impose on those rights to make sure that your attorney's acting right and behaving in accordance with that, you need to remind that office of their duties to you as a client. And I don't like to suggest to them to hold a bar complaint against these other attorneys, especially if they have personal issues going around and they just cannot get a message out to their clients. But they need to try very hard to do so, because especially with these kinds of cases, because there's a lot riding on those applications. And so I just want to remind all applicants out there for some kind of immigration benefit is that whoever you're working with, whatever professional you're working with, is to know your rights. Review that contract thoroughly before you sign it. Ask the attorney, how accessible are they going to be? How frequently are we going to communicate? What's the best way to get in touch with you if I have questions about what's going on? What is your plan for my case? Is it just submitted and that's it? What else is going to happen here? Because you don't want to find out these surprises too late and have no plan. A lot of clauses in these legal service agreements have a no guarantee clause, especially when you're working with the government. Nobody has a crystal ball as to how they're going to react, especially when we're in a field where, a lot of these immigration benefits are not rights, they're privileges. And a lot of attorneys, when they get a denial, especially with asylum applications or national interest waiver petitions, attorneys might resort to hiding behind that no guarantee clause to waive their liability, but like what level of effort did they put into that application or petition to give it the best possible chance of success? If it was apparent to the attorney that it did not have a great chance of success, I hope that attorney relayed that information to the prospective client and told them, look, I'm sorry this is the way things are, but if you don't agree with me, feel free to get a second opinion. But I am just seeing more and more people call me and let me know that these attorneys and sometimes notaries or accountants or paralegals who are helping file immigration applications, they just take the money and they disappear. They're just churning out these bare minimum applications and with nothing to show for it, and people get hurt that way. And so I'm happy to hear you guys out. I'm happy to take any questions you might have. Feel free to contact me through the info on the bio page. And again, my name is Mr. Veazey. Visa's Made Easy. And I'm the one who's going to be personally working with you on every stage of your application if you're interested. Take care, everybody.